We are back on the trail, leaving TEHACHAPI, going by one of the largest wind farms in the United States. We have plenty of water. We have an uphill first for the next 5 or 6 miles, and then hopefully there will be some water cache where we can resupply, and we make our way towards the LA Aqueduct and Hiker Town. It should be interesting in a boring way.
Windmills as far as the eye can see. Huge windmill farm. Hopefully we'll soon be out of these windmills. There's a view without windmills. There's a view of our trail with a few windmills ahead.
Looking back to where we've come from, good 2 hours of up. We're getting close to the top, maybe another mile or so, and then we start descending towards the LA Aqueduct.
Hoping for a water cache.
Hoping for some water that may have been left up here. We will let you know if there is treasure or tears, and we really can't afford the tears because we have to conserve water.
I think we'll be heading down there to that flat area to walk the LA Aqueduct tomorrow. We were waiting to come upon the water source, and this is what we came upon. So cool. Got a little tea kettle, old tea kettle there, and a bunch of folding chairs, table, and a umbrella. And we got water, which yay, there's 3 gallons left. A little bit of apple juice. We got a hiker box, log book.
Scrabble,
Let's
some
see
books
what's
in
in
case you want
here.
to carry a book.
Oh, raw honey. Huh. Spanish style rice. Some Mike and Ike's. Some mixes. Another hiker box. Let's see what's in this one. Ooh, some shoes. Hat. Old stuff.
All right.
Sweet. We'll sign in the logbook, get some water, and have a snack.
We made it to the top of the climb, and once you get to the top, there's a wonderful little rest area there that Renee took a little video of. And now we're making our way down the other side. We're going to try to go 4 miles today so we can get closer to the aqueduct for tomorrow's big long day of 25, 26, 27 miles. And now we're going. But this is looking down into Antelope Valley, and you can see it's flat. And there's these reflective surfaces. We think they're solar farms, and it looks like there's a few wind farms over there as well. So it's very interesting geography. We're in the landscape, physical landscape, and the man-made landscape.
All the solar arrays down there. Certainly a good place for them. Little croppings of mountains. Lots of windmills. And then a lot of mountains in the distance, but a long ways to get there.
Holy cow.
Here we are this evening. You can see the moon just above the
Oh, look at that.
above the hill there. It looks like it's a gibbous moon. Got some mountains way in the distance there. And got our tent set up. It's after 6. The sun's already behind the mountain. That's our trail moving forward. We got about a 27-mile day tomorrow in order to make it to Hiker Town. It's all due to water. But we're all topped off now, and we're gonna have some mashed potatoes and broccoli and meat dinner. And probably be dark by then. Mashed potatoes with grass-fed beef jerky and broccoli. How I make that, I've got my beef jerky in a container here. Got my mashed potatoes here. I put some cheese, moon cheese in for Pierre. And then I've got freeze-dried broccoli here that I will add as well. So I added the broccoli, let it boil for a second. And now I'm going to add the rest of the stuff. Mashed potatoes. And then looks very full when I do this. But it all mixes together. Then at the very end, I will add the meat and the cheese. I just added some olive oil. A little more water. I'm going to add some beef jerky. And that will be it. Okay, here's your meat and potatoes.
Looking to the east, to the Mojave Desert. You can see that water out there. That's part of the LA Aqueduct. We camped just down below in this hole down there where the path crosses that dried up seasonal stream. We camped right there. We're making our way up this hill. We go over this hump, lose elevation, and then walk along the flats for an extended period of time. This is going to be one of our longest days of hiking, and even though it is going to be flat, it's probably going to be one of our more difficult days. The monotony, lack of water, and temperature probably are all going to be contributing factors. But we'll appreciate the morning right now before we get into the heat of the day.
We got an earlier start today. Started at 6:30, and this is one of the rewards of starting early and being at the top of something, of course. But beautiful sunrise. Yay.
We're making our way through this wind farm. It's obviously not too windy today. None of them are moving. And I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse, because I guess it could be windy with hot, sandy wind. It's not super hot yet, still early. We have 2.3 miles to our next water source, or the only water source, and then the LA Aqueduct.
Currently doing a road walk. We've definitely had more connector road walks this part of the trail in the desert for sure. Walking through the windmills and actually lots of Joshua trees. It's interesting.
The wind seems to be picking up. We are at Cottonwood Creek and Faucet along the LA water duct. This bridge structure over here is actually the water duct. The water's inside that structure. Over there where there's that silver lean-to were some jugs of water. They were all empty. And then over here though is a structure that has a faucet on the side that allows you to get some water, so you can walk the next 17 miles across the Mojave Desert and actually have some water till you get to the other side. Some stands of Joshua trees. The wind seems to be picking up because all the windmills are starting to come alive.
Got our shirts wet.
We have our shirts sweated down. It's a little trick we picked up to help us with the heat. And we're gonna put on some headphones and listen to some books or podcasts as we walk across this next section, which is very, very flat apparently. I'm walking along the pipe that is part of the LA Aqueduct. We got about 5 more miles of this 27-mile day, and we basically made it across the desert. It wasn't as hot as it could have been. We seem to have managed our water. We have about a half a liter left for another 5 miles, so we should be fine. And then we'll stop at the Hikertown Hostel to recoup and pick up our resupply boxes. At the start of the day, we came from where those windmills were across the ways there, and now we're walking along one of the major canals that take all the water from up in the Sierras into Los Angeles. I'll take a video of the water in just a second. So this is the canal. Water making its way to LA. And then we're making our way up, getting close to Hikertown, and then back up into those mountains tomorrow.
So this is Hikertown, kind of an eclectic group of little rooms you can stay in. It's literally like a little town. Unfortunately, our boxes weren't here, but the gentleman was kind enough to let us fish through boxes of people who hadn't shown up that were northbound. So we got some good stuff, and we have somebody picking us up to take us to the Nenach Market, which is a restaurant and little market. We can get some other accessories, but it's like their little buildings. They all have beds in them. Very meager. Certainly not like a hotel at all, but then there's a great area for communing in the front here, picnic tables and stuff. But so we opted to camp, which is free. But I'll show you one of the rooms. It's like $30 a night for this tiny little spot with 2 little beds. That's it. It's just a tiny little square. Very cute though. We are waiting for a free ride.
We're getting ready to leave the Hikertown Hostel. We had a bit of a snafu here. Apparently we did not send ourselves a box to here, even though we had planned to send a box, or the box was sent and never came. So Renee did some magic, figured out a solution, and we are now getting ready to go. This is where we went to go get dinner last night and get some food for our resupply. And now we are going to be going over this way and up and into these mountains. We're a good 7 miles into today's hike. We're looking back in the far, far distance was the windmills of yesterday. Here is the valley that we crossed. And then this is the trail we're going up as we make our way to today's water source. We're a good 7 miles into today's hike. We're looking back in the far, far distance was the windmills of yesterday. Here is the valley that we crossed. And then this is the trail we're going up as we make our way to today's water source. We've just finished lunch. We've topped out for the climb for the day, and we're up high enough that we're now in a hardwood stand of oak trees, and there's like patches of green grass. It's really quite pretty up here. Very different environment than the last 2 days that we've been in, so it's very, very pleasant and just interesting. So I thought we'd take a little video, show you guys. It's 5:22. We're a mile or so from a campsite that's probably going to be filled with hunters. Apparently today is the first day of hunting season in this part of the world. And so we're trying to do our best and not look like deer. I think we're pulling it off pretty good. But we should try to find a camping spot sooner and set up while there's daylight, as opposed to walking around in the woods in the dark with hunters, you know, looking for their monster buck. Good morning. We're looking northeast. Apparently this is the San Andreas Rift Zone, and we are looking basically back to where we came from a couple days ago. We're heading along the Sierra Palana Mountains, and we have 20 some miles to the next water. It's a beautiful morning. We had got an early start. The hunters had left before us, so we're trying not to imitate the deer in the woods right now, and we will check in with you later on the day. But this side of the mountain had very little fire, and as a result it's very pretty.
So this is a poodle dog bush. Apparently extremely, I guess, poisonous.
Blister agent.
What?
It blisters.
Blisters, yeah. So if you get it on your skin, it's like a severe poison ivy type reaction, but very caustic to the skin. We chose to take the road because apparently, because of the burn area, which is where it grows, there's lots of it and pretty much unavoidable. So we wanted to kind of just hedge our bets and stay off of it. It was recommended, so that's what we did. We are climbing this road this way, and if you look this way, we got some beautiful mountains where we're headed, and you can see all the burn, which is different than the burn that we've seen in different parts of the PCT. It's a different flora. There's back where we came from. We are definitely in a burn area and definitely have lots of poodle dog bush to contend with. Gotta be very careful. Here's our water source. It's a cistern, a random slab here. The water itself does not look super. And Pierre is filtering. It's, thank God for filters. I would never drink it without a filter, but it's doesn't have a lot of floaties, but it certainly isn't color-wise
exciting.
Exciting. I'm thinking maybe putting electrolytes. But we are in a garden of poodle dog bush, which was really hard to navigate getting through here. So, and the trail looks to be pretty covered as well, so it'll be slow going for a little bit. But here we go. And then the green mountains on this side.
Making our way up to the top of our climb. Got some protection from the sun, from the shrubbery, browns. I guess are the seasons changing, but there's still plenty of green. And this area, no evidence of a burn, at least in quite some time. So we're very thankful for this little bit of shade right now. It gives us a break from the heat of the day. Looking up and over. Oh, back from where we came from a couple days ago.
We are having a really nice walk here on the edge of the mountains and just noticing how green it is here in this area, how different it is from the other environment that we were in. Those look like some electric stations or whatever, electric lines over there. A road winding down the middle, down the drainage. Kind of ups and downs and flats here as we kind of make our way around the mountain. It's beautiful.
Looking back from where we've come from, that bottom line is the PCT. We followed that up along, and now we are making our way up the trail. We have less than half a mile to camp.
We are at camp at a beautiful site. It's a little after 6. Kind of tucked away in this little area surrounded by bushes. Just enough space to get in and out. And just have a beautiful sunset going on here. And we are bushed because it's a 24-mile day. Ready to get to Aqua Dulce tomorrow after I think we have 19 miles left. And we'll stay with Nina, the trail angel we met in Kernsville.
Good morning. Full moon setting. We've taken down our tent. We have our headlight lamps on, that's why there's some light. And we are getting ready for breakfast. We have some oatmeal and some coffee. It is currently 10 after 6. And we're just getting ready for the day. But this is how our days start these days, with our headlight lamps on in the dark. But it was a really nice night's sleep. The full moon provided plenty of light. And then I'm sort of panning around looking through my headlight lamp, seeing if you can see our campsite. And there's our pack over here.
A little soundscape as we look at the moon. What is with the green grass in the desert? We've had several areas where it's just this lush green grass. We're like, what? Where did this come from? This is definitely a greener area. Definitely had a lot of bird song last night and this morning. But the green grass is just fun.
Eight miles into the town of Agua Dulce, where we'll be meeting a trail angel who's going to take us in for the night. We're very grateful for that. It's been a pleasant day. A little bit hot that last climb, but we're all downhill now, so that should be okay, and we have plenty of water. So we're just going to enjoy the hike in the town.
Had a couple-mile road walk into the town of Agua Dulce, which is actually part of the trail, the road walk, and goes right through town. Doesn't look like it's much of a town. We got a liquor store, pizza shop, Mexican restaurant, and that's about it. So, but Nina is gonna pick us up around 4:30, so we're gonna sit and have some nice fizzy water and then decide how long we want to stay at Nina's. We are staying in Nina's RV. So this is what we're staying in, which is so beautiful. Got a nice bed to sleep in tonight and potentially tomorrow night. We have a laundry facility, and they're gonna feed us coffee and breakfast in the morning, and fire pit if we want to have a fire tonight. We are going to take them out for dinner at the Mexican restaurant